Welcome to the modification level of our digital checks for understanding. Today we're going to be talking about Kahoot and Quizzes, two very similar products. Kahoot is the more robust, has a little bit more features, very well-known option in giving a interactive quiz with your students. And Quizzes is very similar. If you've done Kahoots, it's a good option as switching things up. If you've never done a Kahoot, I recommend starting with Kahoot because I believe it's a better product. But Quizzes is a good option to switch it up for your students because if you do the same kinds of activities over and over and over again with your students, they can get bored and they can get complacent with it. And Quizzes can be a great option for overcoming that then. So how do we use these? As you can see on the screen, you can see the benefits of both. But really, this is about DDI. This is not so much about rigorous assessments. It's really about getting the information from your students that then you can adjust the level of rigor. So if students are scoring really high on your Kahoots, they've demonstrated their mastery, you can move faster. Or you can move slower if they're really struggling with things. Or maybe you find out that you have a handful of students that you need to pull. It doesn't give great information for individual students, but you can watch your students as they're answering the questions and see who's really succeeding and who's taking their time in answering the questions. Maybe they don't get as well, or maybe they're just missing a lot of questions themselves. It doesn't give you amazing information for individuals, but it does give good information, a good check-in, quick check-in, and the students love doing them. It's much more fun for them than if you were to do other checks for understandings. It really bumps up engagement, and it's almost a form of brain breaks because the kids like it so much. So to actually jump into both of these here, Kahoot is an online learning game. Students on their devices will have different colors here that they can choose the answers. It's mostly multiple choice, but there are different question types. When you sign up for an account, you just log in. You can use your Google account. I've already made some other Kahoots already, but you can also go into Discover and find ones that are like, I want to give a quiz on Mayans. I can come in, I can see what this quiz is. It's a public resource. Maybe I don't like that one. I can choose a different one. I can then add these to my own list, and then I can modify them. So maybe I don't like 3 or 4 of the questions. I want to replace them. I don't like the wording, but I like most of the questions. That's great. And they've already set up most of this for me. It's a great option for having those public resources, especially if you want to move quickly. And Kahoots, again, aren't for getting amazing information. They're just about doing quick checks for understanding so that you can adjust your level of rigor in your class. Then the other option is Quizzes. This is a little bit more self-paced. It's not quite as competitive too, so if you want to give your students a little bit more challenge with that, and it does all the grading for you, it does all the answers for you, and everything gives you the information. It's a good option if you've done Kahoots a lot. But both Kahoots and Quizzes are great for checks for understanding because they give us information that then allows us to adjust our instruction. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.